She's so terrifying
Impressive.
sounding.
She's aggressive.
She's aggressive. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Bridget.
Yeah, I'm Lauren.
I didn't know what else to do. It's morning.
It was
We're
cute.
not
Yeah.
in our element.
We don't know how to function at 9:30 in the morning.
Mm-mm.
We're not real adults. Which is weird because I wake up at like 3 in the morning to go to work often. So you'd think I'd be better at it at this point.
That's still nighttime.
Not really.
That's still nighttime.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Lauren, what's been happening in your life? It's the holiday season, so I know your job's crazy.
Yeah, it's just been very busy and I'm incredibly tired. And my body is starting to break down. It's like, hey, you need to do stuff today. Here's a massive stomach ache. I hope you die. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you tell your body
So
that's not nice?
Yes, I'm struggling, but I'm hustling,
Yeah,
and that's good. The end.
hustle. Get that
That's
paper.
all I got. What about you, Bridget? What's going on in your life?
Also working insane hours because, holidays at the movie theaters are a little crazy. Spider-Man broke records. It's literally the number 3 opening weekend top grossing film of all time. So only behind Infinity War and Endgame. So that's kind of crazy that happened in the pandemic too. So it's been a little, theaters are still short staffed, but we did the number 3 opening of all time, so it's the poor team is feeling it. And then, I've been really busy with that and life. I flew on a plane and was pretty okay with it.
Hey,
Yeah, therapy
look at
works.
you. Look at you. You did it.
I
So
did
proud.
it. It actually wasn't horrible, and we did have some bumps, not like anything big, but I was like, I'm feeling pretty okay. So that was nice. Now I just got to plan other trips and not wait like a year and let it build up again.
True.
Granted, the pandemic is what stopped me from flying again so quickly after 2019.
Mm-hmm. Which is, understandable. No one wants to fly in a pandemic.
No.
Makes sense.
This one, luckily we flew and I was just exhausted from work, so I fell asleep twice. So wearing a mask an entire flight does not bother me. Wearing a mask in general doesn't bother me. But it was almost a little nice because I definitely, when you're sleeping on a plane, you're just kind of like neck pillow and your head's up. So I have giant tonsils, so sometimes I snore. And so, head up. Twice I woke myself up on the plane because I snored a little bit, and I was like, I hope this mask is muffling at least a little bit of the weird snort noise I make. Because I normally wake myself up on the first snore because it's so loud and it jolts me, and my giant tonsils touch each other. Why they never got removed, but they removed my adenoids, I'll never know. But every time I get really bad allergies, they touch each other, and I'm like, can we stop tonsil hugging? I said that the
I
other
had
day,
my
and someone
tonsils
was really
taken
grossed
out
out.
when I was a child.
Yeah.
But I also have a deviated septum, so I still snore. It's just not as extreme. It's just less.
I mean,
I did buy nose strips though, and I keep forgetting to wear them. So maybe soon I'll try them out, but I keep forgetting that I have them, which is a problem.
I wear those when my nose is stuffy. But I mean, like, they went in there and took out my adenoids, but they left the tonsils. Like, where's the logic in that? And every ENT I go to, they're like, you still have your tonsils? They're really big. And I'm like, I am aware. I don't know. They go, but you had your adenoids out. And I said, yes, I did. I did. Yes, I did. And I had like 6 sets of ear tubes, so they're still there. My voice cracked at a perfect moment for that.
It did. It was almost like it was scripted. It was
good.
I
know. It was good. It's good. It's the actor in me. It just comes out.
Good stuff. It was perfect, actually. Wow.
Lauren, have you got any Christmas presents in the mail from me?
Yeah, I got me and Will's. I opened it. I probably wasn't supposed to. It's very, very freaking cute. Uh,
I worked
I
so hard on
thought it
that
was.
thing.
It looks exactly like us, dude. It's so stinking cute.
I
So Bridget made me and my husband Russian nesting dolls. So like the big one is him, then it's me, and then it's our two dogs inside of it. And it was such a joy to discover because I literally had no idea what you were sending me. So stinking cute. I love it. It's on our kitchen table, like on our little like
Aw.
these are the cute things in our house thing, and it's just chilling there. Really liked it.
I stared at y'all's Facebook pictures for so long to try, and my mom was like, "We should just mosh posh a real picture of their face that you can paint." I was like, "No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna paint their face." And so, Will was the
You should
easiest. I
get it.
was like, "Will,"
Well, he has
but
no hair.
yeah, it was so like he's gonna listen to this. He's gonna be mad, but Will was so easy, and then he was the first one I did, and everything else was so difficult. Blending Hootie and
It was
Steve's
really good.
colors was really hard.
Oh, I bet they're
They're very
very
beige, and I
beige
didn't want him
dogs.
to like blend in with the wood because the wood was pretty beige, and I was like,
So
no.
beige.
But I'm glad you
I was
got it.
wondering who was gonna be in the very, very inside, if it'd be Hootie or Steve. I was very glad it was Hootie.
I was
Hootie
like,
deserves to be baby.
Hootie's the littlest, and well, maybe not in size, but he's the baby. So Steve, because
He is
Steve's a
the baby.
diva, and Steve deserves to
He's a
be
diva.
before Hootie. And
He
there was a lot
does.
of thought that went into the orders.
Well, we love it.
Oh
It's now
yay!
a prized possession. Thank you for staring at our pictures for
For
hours.
so
It's
long.
very, very
I
cute.
was like, if any of my friends get a hold of my phone, they're gonna be really concerned because I was tired of going onto Facebook, so I was just screenshotting all y'all's photos. And so there's like this basically like a folder for I've moved it into a folder so that if anybody did get my phone, they wouldn't see it just automatically in my camera roll. But I was trying to be crafty with Christmas presents this year, and so it's just like looks like a stalker photo of y'all and your dogs because it's just a whole album of like different angles so I could figure out how to paint y'all. Uh
Well, I've officially received all of the gifts that I got you. I'm still very disappointed in that one shirt that I bought. I like opened it and I was like, "What is this?" Because it doesn't look anything like what it looked online, but whatever. But I did get you two shirts, and the other one is awesome. But I'm still gonna give you the other one, even though it's hideous. You don't have to wear it.
It'll go next to my little
I'm very
Midoriya doll.
disappointed. But just know that there was deep like I and what makes me mad is I went between like three different shirts for the same like idea of a shirt, and I was like, you know what, this is gonna be the best one because it's subtle. Well, apparently it's too subtle and it doesn't look like anything now,
That's
and I'm like,
amazing.
oh, okay. I'm I'm pretty deeply upset about it. It's okay. Maybe it looks better than I think it is, and I don't know. Maybe I'm being weird, but
Well,
I'm unhappy.
your your individual Christmas gift for me, not you and Will's, should arrive today, hopefully. If mail goes smoothly, because I mailed it on today is Wednesday, so I mailed it on Monday. So today should be the two
Am
days.
I allowed to open it or should I wait until Christmas?
Oh, open it! I hate waiting. I hate when people are like, "No, it came in the
Me
mail. You have to
too.
wait till your birthday or whatever." I was like, "No, it came in the mail today. I'm opening it today."
I felt so bad about opening the other one, but I had already like sliced into it before I remembered, oh wait, this is for Christmas. Maybe I should wait. But I also knew you would probably have that like what is it, like that tea thing in there, and I really
Yep,
liked that last year, so I was like, I want this.
I want my
So
tea.
I'm gonna open it anyway.
You know me so well. I love that hot tea, and so every year we make hot tea. And Tang is really
It's
hard to
good.
find right now, and so I had to like buy these like
It
gallon
is. We've
jugs
been
of
out of it
Tang.
for forever.
Yeah, HEB's
like
out, Walmart's
forever.
out, Sam's Club, like nowhere. So Amazon
I've
had
had weird
one thing.
shipping projects.
Yeah,
Problems.
problems. I
It's
get it. I
it's
get it.
early.
It's
Yeah,
early.
yeah, it's early.
But yeah, that hot tea is like my fave. So that's what everybody
It's
gets
good.
every Christmas. Hot tea. And
Yes,
the little
it's good
recipe.
tea.
This week it was Kermit sipping tea. I mean this year. Last year it was just a cup that
Like
said
this
"Spill the
week.
tea, sis."
What if I got it next week?
Well, with how much Tang I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I did buy because it's all I could find. It's like those camp jugs of Tang, and I have two of them.
Jesus, dude.
It's the only
Oh
Tang I could
no.
find, and I was like, well, we're just gonna have a lot of Tang. Might not have to
Tang is
buy
the
more
worst name for
Tang.
anything
I just always think of that
ever.
orangutan that was like in the 90s commercials, and you're like, Tang.
I
Remember that?
forgot about that until you just like unlocked a core memory for me. It's right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh no. I don't like it.
I don't the weird orangutan. Monkeys creep me out,
It's
so I'm
weird.
not a fan.
Yeah,
Something about monkeys.
pretty
Ever since I was a
scary.
kid, when I learned that they could rip your face off, I was like, you know what? You can have anything you want, monkeys. I'm out of here.
Tarzan really affected me as a child. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with the gorillas. We're
I
just
did a
gonna not do it.
I did a project on Diane Fossey in 5th grade for like our biography day, and she was a big savior of the gorillas, but she was killed by poachers with like a machete to the face while she was sleeping because she stopped them from like attacking the gorillas, and so I deep seated fears on multiple
What?
levels from 5th grade biography day project. She had a
Oh
gorilla named
no.
Digit because he was missing a finger because a poacher took his finger. I
We also did that project in 5th grade, but I did Rasputin because I'm a weird child. My teacher didn't let me do my book report because it was too graphic. Because she asked me, she was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" And I had gotten like an adult's book about Rasputin, read the whole thing,
so like
and
about
wrote this
his
crazy
sex
paper.
adventures and everything.
Yes, and I came to school dressed as Rasputin. If I can find the
With
picture,
like
I
the
will.
beard and everything.
Yeah, and like fur coats. And keep in mind that I had just moved to Texas.
Everybody's like,
So this was
oh.
a new class, and I come to school in a full beard and a fur coat, ready to give this biography. And my
Oh my
teacher's like,
gosh.
"I'm gonna give you an A because this was very well researched, but I can't let
But
you
I
read this in
can't. I will have
I was
parental
like,
complaints.
what? And then I told my mom, and she was like, "But you work so hard. I don't understand." And so she went to talk to the teacher, and I told my dad, and he just high fived me because he's like, "Hey, you don't have to do it now." And I was like, "Sure." It was it was
Oh
good.
my gosh. You have to find that photo so we can post it on the Instagram and be like, have you Lauren's biography day project on Rasputin?
I'll ask my mom if she still has it. She has like all. It's like I think it's like a hard copy picture,
Yeah, yeah.
which is she's got it somewhere. But it's a yep. Didn't get to give my book report. It was sad.
But
And
did you learn the dance?
I did not learn the dance. I did make a fake ice pick to bring with me because I was like, he was stabbed 17 times in the back.
Lauren, this is like my favorite thing ever. If I was a teacher and my 5th grader came in like that, I'd be like, "You're my favorite kid." I don't know. I'm not supposed to play favorites, but it's
It
you.
was bad. I seriously only lived here for like maybe a month and a half. It was one of the
Oh
first
my
projects I did.
gosh, that is so funny. Everybody goes home is like, "What is cholera? What is syphilis?"
But I like to think I made a really good impression. I did make a lot of friends after that. It
You
was
know?
good.
Yeah. I mean, that was at the height of the Anastasia obsession. We all knew who
It was.
Rasputin was.
And I also went to school my first day here in a tie because I was really into Avril Lavigne, so everyone thought I was a bitch anyway. So I was like, you know what? I gotta prove them wrong. I gotta dress like
So
Rasputin.
it's very punk rock of you to be Rasputin
Yeah,
anyway.
I thought so.
Avril would be so proud of you. Avril should be proud of fifth grade Lauren.
She
Avril
should.
Lavigne, if you're listening to this,
Which you're, well, I don't
would
know. She could be a little kawaii. Who knows, man?
she is? Do you not remember that weird Hello Kitty music video?
I do. I don't remember the song. I just remember being
Hello
like,
Kitty. That's all I
oh,
remember.
what?
Uh, about once a year, I rewatch that music video just because I can't look away, and I have to go look at it
No,
again and be like, "Why is this
don't do
happening?"
that.
Once a year, it just happens. It pops into my mind. Like I'll probably watch it today because I brought it up, and I have to look at it again. It's.
Sorry, I got cold.
I thought that was a cringe at the music video.
No, I live in a very old house, and because of that, it's not very well insulated, so it's freezing anytime it's
Mm,
just slightly cold outside. So
yeah,
I'm very cold.
that's normally my room, which you can't see because I have a background on. But it used to be a garage, and then we closed it in when I was, I guess, a year before or a year after my brother was born. And so, yeah, also insulation. I sleep with a heated blanket when it gets cold because this room is freezing at night, but it's my favorite thing. The worst part, though, it attracts all the cats. So I'll wake up
I
and they're
love
all on me because they're like, the heated blanket's on. And I'm like, get off me.
I love sleeping in the cold. Like I want it to be freezing because I also sleep with like 8 blankets
That's exactly
and a
what I want to
husband
do.
who's very
Yeah.
warm, so I could just like snugs.
I don't got one.
Feels like a human heater. It's great. He is a heated blanket. I had a heated blanket, but it broke, and I need
Mine
another
broke, and
one.
so every time it breaks, every Christmas, I'm like, I need a new heated blanket, please. And my parents got me the one that is the exact same print, exact same make, and everything. And I was like, yes, thank you. I was like,
They
because it
get
was
it.
my favorite. I used it all the time in San Antonio because it was an old apartment, and I didn't turn my heater on. Me and Peggy just chilled under that heated blanket because I like you said, I like it cold, and I like to bundle up in the blankets, and I sleep better. And occasionally, I
There's
stick
nothing
one
better
foot
than
out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get a little too hot, you just kind of dip your knee out of the blanket and then you pull it back
And
in
your
when you're
body
done.
regulates, and then when you're good,
Hmm.
swoop back
Hmm.
in.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good
See,
stuff.
look at this. Look at
I
this.
get it.
You
I
get
get
it.
it.
You get it.
I get it.
You get it. Yeah. So the only other
You
thing
know who
happening in
else
my
gets it?
life, who?
Oh, I
No,
was
you
gonna say
go.
Alphonse Elric gets it, but it's
I'm really
cool.
emotional about Alphonse. He just takes his whole foot off instead of sticking it out from under the blanket.
I'm sorry. Tell me what else is going on in your life, and then we will go into.
I'm gonna shamelessly use this podcast to promote that I am looking for a roommate.
You want to
That's what's
meet someone
happening.
on our freaking podcast?
Yeah,
That's what if we don't know them and
I
they're just like,
if you're
"Oh,
if you're
I'm moving to
trustworthy,
America."
you're nice. You want to move to Buda? Rent for each person will be like $850. It's great. It's a
If
big
you're a
1,000 foot.
stranger, Lauren requires that you give her some character references so I
Yeah,
can make sure Bridget's not moving in with a murderer.
yeah,
Please.
that too. Also, you gotta like a cat, Peggy. I'd show you her. She's majestically standing above me, looking out the window. She's real cool. I like her. She likes Lauren. She likes
Good
Lauren's
cat.
soup. She likes Lauren's soup a lot.
She loves my
She would
soup.
she would just put a paw on Lauren's soup. Like, I'm not gonna steal it, but I want you to know I can touch your soup. I was like, what is she
Yeah.
doing?
She wants to know that it came from her house
Yeah, I
and
know.
it may be coming home with me, but she was there when it was
She
made.
kept saying, my terms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And I
so I
didn't
need
care. I ate it anyway.
so I need a roommate. I make good soup.
She does make good soup.
It's like a
Can't
1,000 foot
confirm.
square apartment, new appliances. Like bedrooms would be on opposite sides of the apartment, so we could like never see each other potentially. You get two bathrooms. Like it's super nice. Second floor for safety. Carpet so we don't be too loud, but it also keeps your toes a little warm in this winter. So if you're listening, I need a roommate. And if you don't fit the qualifications, but your friend does, tell your friend to reach out. gatewayanimePodcast@gmail.com. Use subject line roommate.
I would do it, but I already have one. I'm sorry.
Well, he can just move here too.
It's a little far from work.
A little bit. We got HEBs. We got a new
both
one
of
that
us.
just opened up.
I just got used to my HEB. Also, my boss is leaving again, so I will be on my 6th op director in less than 2 years, which is
That's rough.
great. I'm so tired of making a first impression. I just want to make a bad impression so I can be like
You're
done
gonna
with
leave.
it.
You're gonna leave
You
in
know what I
3
mean?
months anyway. So you need to tell them.
Right? I'm just gonna
Wait,
be a jerk.
this
Just watch
doesn't
that be the
matter.
one that sticks.
I know. You go. This doesn't matter. You're leaving in 3 months. What? Yeah, but then you tell
Ooh.
someone that, and then they would stick it to you and stay long.
Yeah, I don't need that evil in my life.
No.
Not that my boss is evil. I am going to miss him, I think. I don't know. He's still pretty fresh, so it's like,
So my apartment, like leasing manager that I say my apartment, I don't live there yet, but the leasing manager that I've gone and she's given me tours and stuff is a huge weeb. So there's a theater at the apartment in the clubhouse, like really nice reclining seats, big screen TV and stuff. And she goes, "Yeah, I've been hosting anime nights in here because I got all the seasons of Dragon Ball Z." And I was like, "Tell me more." So we started talking, and I was like, "I do a podcast, and I'm watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood." She goes, "Where you at?" I was like, "I just got to the part where Alphonse is starting to lose consciousness." She goes, "Ooh," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the home stretch, and it's really emotional." She goes, "I just really feel for you right now," and I was like, "Thank you." And
That's what
so,
everyone has told me. They're all just like, every time I'm like, yeah, there's 12 episodes left, they all just make this face. And
yeah,
I'm like, what does that mean?
I know
What does
everybody.
that mean?
Everybody's like, "Just brace yourself." I was like, "How? There's 12 episodes left."
I'm
But
making a prediction
okay,
right now. Are you ready?
yeah,
I think once they kill Father, Hohenheim will also die. Obviously.
that makes sense because they're tied,
Because,
aren't they?
yeah. So I think once they can release those, or maybe he'll die and then like release the souls, and then Hohenheim will be like, I want to release my souls too, like it's time, and then they have to kill him or
Oof.
whatever. I know. I think that's a thing. I feel it in my bones.
But then he can go be with Trisha.
Yeah, it'll be happy but sad.
Happy, sad. Happy, sad.
Be had.
Be had. But yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, my apartment leasing manager now hopefully will not my apartment, but I gave her our card. She's like, "I'm not supposed to like exchange info." And I was like, "This card fell on the floor and you just happened to pick it up and here you go. And my phone number's on there." And so she likes cons and dressing up. She wanted to go to San Japan. So I was like, "You really just need to be friends with us." And she lives with her boyfriend. And I was like, "You can still date him, but you should just live with me instead. Move out from him and come with me."
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
It'll be
it'll
fine.
be fine. Y'all can still date. It's fine. And she has a cat, and the
Next
cat's
time,
name is Nimbus because that's what Goku writes on. She told me, and I was like, "That's cute."
I really love a girl who's into Dragon Ball Z. Guys who are into Dragon Ball Z, no offense, but you guys are mostly just so toxic. The girls who are into Dragon
Also,
Ball
it's
Z are
cliche.
wonderful.
Yeah,
It is. It is. It's like it's a zodiac thing. If you're a girl and you like Dragon Ball Z, it's great.
yeah.
If you're a boy and you like Dragon Ball Z, okay.
Well, she was writing out all the prices and different floor plans, and the one I wanted, she wrote in green. She goes, "Green like Piccolo," and was writing it.
Piccolo's my favorite.
So she's the best. I told
Actually,
her,
Krillin is my favorite, and I get so much crap for that. But people don't give Krillin enough credit. He is the only human amongst Super
"Is
Saiyans.
he the short
Okay,
one?"
like, yeah, he's the bald one,
Okay. Well,
like,
Lauren,
little tiny bald dude.
let's be real. You have a thing for bald men.
Okay, but you don't have to attack me like that. Okay, we just got over the Venom scenario. I don't need this again. Okay,
When
which I
you
also passed on to Dana because she is obsessed with Venom and she loves Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's basically like a Greedling situation
So she
for
loves it
you.
now?
Well, she has loved Sukuna, and I was talking to her the other day. I'm like, "Do you ever think that you love Sukuna because he's Venom?" And she was just like, "What?" I was like, "I'm sorry,
It's
I
like
have to
that How I Met
tell
Your
you."
Mother episode where the glass shatters and you break
Yes,
it.
yes, that's exactly how it feels. I hate it, but I love it.
You're welcome.
All right, we need
We
to
should
talk
get
about
into
this
yeah. All right. So we watched episodes 49, 50, 51, 52, which is Filial Affection, which I did
show.
my English homework to figure out all the definitions of that. Upheaval
Hmm.
and Central, the Immortal Legion, and Combined Strength. This is like a 4-part episode arc anyway.
Yeah,
Thanks, Lauren.
it's like a movie.
It
I don't know
is.
how I did this. I really don't. I'm impressed with myself, and it
Yeah, it was.
also gives me. I think that I feel good about how I broke up everything else now. I'm not
Yeah.
done breaking up everything else. I need to be because we only have 12 episodes left.
Yeah, I mean, like, you broke it up really well, and I mean, I don't have too many notes on all of these episodes because it's a lot of just painstakingly watching people
Yeah,
fight and being like, are they
I don't have a whole lot of notes either,
okay?
so it's good.
It's
And I
just
have
like an emotional journey on these 4 episodes of like, please don't die.
everything is so frustrating in these episodes because like they're just on the precipice of so much.
I
You know what
know.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Because it
just want to
is the
like a part of
promise
me
day
is like I
now.
just need to be a part of it, but I can't be because I'm a real person
Yeah.
and this isn't real.
All
But
4
I
of these
love it.
episodes happen in one day, don't they? Because it's all the promise day.
They do. They do all happen in un day. Un.
Day. Oh gosh.
Un
Okay.
day.
Well, so we're starting with episode 49, Filial Affection. Lauren, do you have a Netflix summary? And then I'll get into my English literature breakdown.
I do. It's with Father's help, Al takes incredible steps to contain the monstrous pride. As the sun begins to rise on the promised day, the youngest Elric listens while the homunculus ponders his very human mother.
Okay, well, that
That's it.
was a very,
Weird.
yeah, like, yes,
Yeah,
that is
that's
what the
weird.
episode's about, but you, like, bullet pointed the entire episode, kind of weird.
That's weird.
So I was like, what is what is filial? I know it's probably family because it sounds similar in Latin based. Normally, if things sound similar, they are. So definition of filial, it's an adjective. I just burped and it sounded really gross. Of or due from a son or daughter, a display of filial affection was the example, and I was like, thanks, that's the episode title. For biology, it's denoting the generation or generations after the parental generation. Synonyms: dutiful, devoted, loyal, faithful, compliant, respectful, dedicated. And so it also broke down for like filial piety is the Confucian virtue of honoring the elders in your family. It's typically with Chinese, Buddhist, and Taoist ethics. Virtue of respect for one's parents, elders, and ancestors. So basically, it's parental respect. So it makes sense that Ho was like the parental respecting Al, and then Ed
Yeah.
respecting Ho's. I don't know. It was just a big emotional family thing in the end of this episode.
So much crap. So much crap with the Elrics, man. They.
I know.
I just want to strangle them, but I don't at the
It's
same
a lot of
time.
trauma.
But anyway, I don't have any voice actors for this. I did write down Brosh's little sister's name, but she doesn't have a name. It's just Brosh's little sister. So I was like, I'm not writing down your voice actor. That's too much. I don't need to do this to myself.
Yeah. That's a lot. What was that?
My body might be dying again.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
Un momento, por favor.
We're gonna
Got it.
Hi everyone! It's a new day. It's a
And a new me.
dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. Lauren is now.
I'm not dead. I can't really say that I feel
Yay!
good, but I don't feel dead.
And I
so that's
feel
exciting.
alive.
Ban
Ban Oh, I should change my name so I'm not a podcast.
You don't want to be Gateway Anime Podcast?
I'm gonna just... Oh gosh, I can't spell my own name.
I will say I am a little offended because when I started this meeting, when you got on, it kicked me off, and I was like, rude.
Oh, see, I got on and nobody was here, so I ended it and rebooted because I was like, what? I can't see anyone. Oh, yeah, so Lauren's alive, so if you're listening to the beginning intro of our podcast, that was yesterday morning, and now it's the 23rd evening. So Thursday. I think we're gonna I'm gonna make a decision for us right now. We're gonna release our podcasts on Fridays now instead of Thursdays, because Thursdays are just weird that we do that. And it's just because I did it one day and I was like, I guess our days are Thursday. But that one extra day in the week does make a difference for uploading.
Okay. Well, hey, welcome to Gateway Anime. We post every Friday.
Every Friday. I gotta go see if I have that in the descriptions anywhere. I don't think I do.
I don't think so. All right, well, we'll spare you our banter. We did it before we came on, and we'll jump right back into episode 49, Filial Affection.
And we won't go over the definition of filial anymore, because you heard that.
Instead, Bridget's going to go into a description of the episode, and I'm going to make a lot of smart butt comments. Let's go!
Let go!
Let go!
Okay.
You went so long.
I just was going until you bailed, so I just held it. And then you held, and I was like, here we go.
Well, you were holding, and I was like, I gotta hold. But then I ran out of breath because I wasn't expecting to go that long.
Because it's a banded choir person. You're just looking at the person next to you like, when do I cut off? When do I cut off? When do I cut off? Anyway.
I can't.
Okay, here we go. We start our beginning of they're still fighting Pride in the forest, and Greedling is on their side, and Ho is there, and Ho is trying to wake up Al, and it's Al is like kind of like floating in this abyss. It looks kind of scary. I feel really bad. I'm really sad about this poor kid. And I will get more into that emotion later. Meanwhile, Pride can sniff out Ho because, he ate gluttony, so now he has gluttony's power. And he's trying to slice up Ed, and I wrote, he's a complete brat. That's to Pride.
Yeah.
He is. His name is Pride for a reason. He's being really a brat.
He's also, like, a child, so there's that.
Exactly.
He's, like, the world's oldest child, but he's
the world's oldest, brattiest child. With demon red eyes, if you can't tell over there.
And mommy issues
in the corner,
apparently.
Yeah, major
I didn't even
issues.
notice he was in that picture. Not gonna lie, it's the first time I saw that.
I got the team here. Got the team. Can't really see Ed. Sorry, Ed.
That's alright. He's pretty short. He's easy to hide.
Yeah, his shortness isn't helping. My favorite little quote here is Ed goes to help Lanfan, and she goes, "I didn't ask for your help," and he goes, "Oh, shut up." There's a lot of Ed saying, "Oh, shut up" in these 4 episodes.
I really enjoy just how Ed doesn't care who he's talking to.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be Ed.
Oh, shut up.
And I'm like, you know what? I like that you're a rude little butthead. Like, it's good for me.
Rude little butthead with a good heart. We stand.
He's just blunt.
So Alphonse is traveling back from the beyond to the suit, and I just wrote this poor guy, and Al thinks it's all his fault because he was captured, and that everything is a mess because of him, and I just wrote, no, BB, no.
He doesn't realize that everything is happening to him and not because of him, and
he's
really
a victim, babe. No.
He's the biggest victim of this entire show.
Babe, you lost your body because your dad abandoned you. No.
Not. Is it because? I think it's because
so
her mom died.
moving on past that subject right there. Just blowing that one under that rug. So
okay, that's a deeper conversation for another day.
there's some daddy issues to unpack there for me and
It's
him.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine. It's okay. It's fine.
So
when everyone tells you it's fine, but it's not fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You just keep saying it until you cry. Anyway, it's like Ross on that episode of Friends where he's drinking margaritas. He's like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, I hate drunk Ross. I hate Ross. I think Ross is abusive. We'll get into that later.
I really don't like Friends, but, you know.
Oh, perfect.
I grew up in the 90s, so culturally it's stuck in me. So Greedling and Ed are fighting, and I love, they just both got, like, pummeled. And you hear Greedling yell, "Are you still breathing over there?" Or just very faintly in the background you hear Ed yell, "Does wheezing count?" And I just wrote, "Me while working out."
Honestly, though.
For real. I had to get an inhaler because I didn't realize how bad my I knew I had asthma because I have allergies, but then, you know, when working out, then you realize how bad your asthma actually is. When you're trying to, like, sprint on a treadmill, you're like, what's happening? My lungs are collapsing.
That's sweet child.
It's fun. So my next bullet point, Pride is really putting a whooping on Ed and Greed. So that's most of this episode right now.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, like, our notes are kind of short because it's a lot of fighting and fast-moving things, and we're really setting up for the finale of the show, and that scares me. So Ho and Al have a plan. Ho distracts, and Al sneaks up from behind for Pride. Boopies! Al gets captured, and Ho stops Ed from coming after him, and Ed kind of, like, obeys, like, Ho does the mom arm thing and stops him. And then Ho uses this, like, we finally get to see him do some amazing alchemy, and just, like, the earth just turns into a cocoon and traps Pride in there. But Al is in there with him. It's completely dark, so Pride can't use his powers. And then Al's like, hey, this is a test of endurance. His body doesn't need oxygen, food, or water, but since Pride is in a vessel, kind of like, you know, what the original homunculus was, he does need, Salim's body does need those things. Ed is mad that Al came up with this plan and wouldn't let Ed interfere. But with Pride trapped, you know, that's a huge blow to their Promise Day plans, because it's the Promise Day now, so.
It also sucks that Al can't help them, though, because that's also a pretty big blow.
Yeah, because he's the level-headed one that, like, partners with Ed.
And as we saw in the 4th episode of this episode, he's a very gifted alchemist.
Yeah.
I'm mad. We'll talk about it when we get there. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's fine. Great. I'm fine. I'm writing that down.
I'm fine.
That's gonna be the episode title. I'm fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. I'm fine.
Everything is fine.
So, because so many homunculi have been taken out, Greed plans on trying to overthrow Sloth and Father, because Greed kind of runs off on his own. Scar is looking for Kanema, which is a city, and they also learned that Mei Chang didn't go back to Xing, because she's a little dingus who listened to Envy.
I'm so mad at her.
I know.
So mad at her, but she also is 11, so I guess I can forgive her for
I guess you can get tricked in, but come on.
But, like, bro, you're a very gifted 11-year-old who traveled across, like, a continent to get.
She seems like she's
like,
so
honor
smart,
for your
and
family.
then she does.
Like, come on, man.
All right, Mulan.
I know, I'm Mulan. I'm sorry.
You know what? Dishonor on you. What I mean. Dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on your cow. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
They also learn about Bradley's train being blown up. Which we all...
When is he coming back?
Yeah, like, we all can agree that Bradley's not dead, right? Yeah, like...
No.
No body, no death. Especially with the homunculus. So then we pan over to a hallway filled with dead Ishvalan people. And those were all of, like, Scar's secret army men that we had just seen. And it was really sad. What?
I just had a really weird epiphany. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you did. You watched Steven Universe, right?
I've only seen bits. I know a lot of the songs.
Okay, so in Steven Universe, the crystal gems, whenever they get, like, horribly injured,
Mm-hmm.
they revert back into their gem form,
Oh, okay.
kind of like the homunculi with their
Oh.
philosopher's stones. And now I'm just like, what if homunculi are just crystal gems?
That is what
But
the
they're not.
stone is. Evil versions.
Since we are homunculi, we're here to kill your brother.
So we're gonna have a really child spin-off of Full Metal Musical.
I'm so sorry.
That'd be fun.
Continue.
So then we realize it's Kimberly. Stupid Kimberly's back, and he's killing all these people.
Hate him.
We pan back to the Earth cocoon. Al is lecturing Pride over underestimating humans. I don't know what else to call it. All my notes,
like calling it that.
all my notes say Earth cocoon or Earth trap. I'm like,
that laugh was very involuntary. I'm so sorry. It's just like, who?
I mean, it's the best. It's an Earth cocoon.
You're not wrong. You're
Earth
not
bubble.
wrong. It's
an Earth bubble.
You're right. Yeah, man. Sure. I like it. It's good.
Yeah. So then, we get Salim telling a story about his mommy issues. How Rath's wife jumped in front of a car to save Salim, air quotes, Salim. He says he knew what it was like to have a father, but never to have a mother until her. So he does kind of have a soft spot, which I feel like Rath will also. And it's going to be a pretty big one for him.
Happy because I want him to have a soft spot because that just makes him such a more well-rounded character. And I'm not okay. I know I'm notoriously a lover of villains, and you know what? I don't care. Bradley's like probably one of my top characters in this whole show, but like, just it's so nice to have such a flawed character that has such a human weakness. You know what I mean?
Bradley
Especially
didn't
someone
choose
so
this life. Yeah, like
he
this
life
was thrusted on him. Yeah.
It was like, you're gonna do this or you're gonna die, pretty
exactly.
much.
And so he survived and did this because he lived. Yeah.
He was nurtured to be this way. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be a Bradley apologist.
I think he's gotta die for all the killing he's done, but I would love to see a redemption arc before he sacrifices himself to save the better.
I just want him to be able to tell his wife that he loves her before he dies.
That's
all I want.
I need like a Draco Malfoy storyline for him.
I hate Draco Malfoy. He's the one villain I don't apologize for.
But he had a good, little redemption arc of it. I mean, his parents are the one who thrusted him into that world.
Yeah, it totally was done to him.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. But I really need Bradley to love his wife. That's all I need. I
really love Mrs. Bradley and all that we see in the next few episodes.
Me too. What a boss.
Yeah, she's cool. So Scar.
Hold on.
What's that noise?
Something from my bathroom?
I'm gonna pause. So Lauren had a monster in her toilet. That sounded weird.
I couldn't find it, but there was definitely something crazy going on with my toilet. I don't know. I do have IBS. Maybe that's a thing. It is like revolting against me.
What is that movie Basket Case? Like the weird brother that lives in the basket and he's in the toilet at one part of the movie? That's what's in your toilet.
What the heck?
If you don't watch that movie,
no.
I've played it a few times at work, so I'll just show you what it is. It's weird. Joe Bob hosted it one time at work, and it's interesting. Joe Bob Briggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheesy horror stuff kind of thing. It's 80s, I think. It's weird. It's weird. I'll send you a gif of it later because it's really creepy.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's like creepy in a cheesy way because it's like practical monster effects that are like, it's like a talking mutilated human blob thing. Anyway, so panning over, Scar, the Chimera, Ed, and Dr. Marco are all reunited, and they all trust Ed and the team and hate Kimberly. So they're all meeting together in the forest again because Marco and Scar and all them were traveling. then the quote I have is, Al is doing everything to keep us safe. The rest of it, it's up to us. The sun has risen. The promised day has begun. Epic music outro. It was a great moment for Ed. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was us. That was us
So
singing the
good.
outro, like where the guitar starts going.
We're so incredibly gifted.
I know. We were in band and like choir. Look at us.
It's like you're in the episode right now. We're aware.
All right.
That's why we do this, because we're just so talented.
Lauren,
wait, I have fun facts.
Wait, Lauren, say the sun has risen, the promised day has begun, and I'm going to do the guitar.
The sun has risen. The promised day
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, wait. I have some after credit stuff. So our little after credit bit.
I forgot. This is important.
Yeah. These after credits get really brutal, and I'm just like desperately writing, like, I don't know what's happening in the next episode. So we see this sweet little blonde family. I don't really know who they were until the next episode started. It's a solar eclipse. The older brother is Denny. There's a building on fire. It's Mustang and his crew in combat. Central says to attack, even though they have the Fuhrer's wife as a hostage. They only want Mustang alive, so they're showing that they're betraying them without hurting her. But where did I go? Everyone else is expendable. But then there's a gunshot and it cuts away, and I was like, who's shot? Oh no. In the preview, it's not Mustang or Bradley's wife. And then the ominous quote.
It's my brother.
It's now
Actually, I should answer that. I'm so sorry.
A pause.
I'm so sorry.
Pause!
Hi again.
We're back.
My brother called because he wanted to know if I wanted to go sing karaoke with him, and I was like, I should answer that. What if he's dying? He wasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not going, so there you go.
It's Lawrence not karaoke. Okay, the last quote. But if we were, ominous quote. You would, of course. I've watched you cry not singing karaoke.
Thank you.
At your own bachelorette party. So the quote, the ominous quote in the after credits: "The weak shall lie down and surrender, while the strong trample over their bodies. This is the simple fact of war." And I was sitting on my couch like, what? What does that mean? What? Like, please don't die. So that was my reaction to that. Lauren, take it away with fun facts, because that left us on a sad, scary note.
So, the best of the fun facts, which I'm going to start with, is that post-credit scene, when it aired in America, Adult Swim cut it out for no reason. There was
Why? Why did they keep doing that?
They didn't realize that it went straight from there into the next episode.
Yeah, it doesn't repeat in the next episode.
So whoever was responsible for checking that dub just didn't watch it. So they didn't know.
But this has happened like 2 times now.
Yeah, and then they open up. Well, the other 2 times they cut it because of graphic nature.
Oh, that's true.
Or for time constraints. Yeah. This they just cut because they didn't realize it was there.
What a dingus!
And then the next episode opens up immediately after that scene without a recap, and everyone was like, "What
happened,
fuck, bro? Like, what's going on?
How did we get here? Who had what? Yeah, that's messed
I'm sure
up.
Someone was fired, but that's the most fun fact.
Or they were definitely taken off their editing job for sure.
Right. The only other one I have is that this is from chapter 88, the understanding between father and son, and chapter 89, Soldier's Return. Yeah.
I will never catch up to us, by the way, because the show is just barreling through, and I just got to the second book of the manga, and I'm like,
12 episodes left.
Stop.
So...
Anyway, stop.
I'm very anxious.
Okay, so now we get to episode 50, Upheaval in Central. Lauren, take it away.
Mustang leads a ragtag assault force of hardy northern troops and welcome faces from the past against Central's defenses. Victory seems certain until the military's most horrifying secret is revealed.
I don't like how spoilery that was. It didn't
you don't like how spoilery any of these are, because they're awful. These are the worst summaries ever.
Like,
It's
it didn't fully spoil it, but it definitely, like, there's, like, one or two surprise moments in this episode where I was like, ah! Like, you know, from Lucille from Arrested Development when she's like, that was me.
I've never watched Arrested Development. I've watched maybe one season. I wasn't really into it. They're all horrible. So.
No. The original ones were great. When they got to Netflix, then they got horrible.
No, all of the people are horrible.
Yeah, that's why they're funny.
And I have a really hard time watching things if I don't at least have one person that I like as a person.
Here's $20. Go see a Star Wars. Hey, the kids are not absolutely horrible. One kid is not horrible. Great. Oh my gosh, it's so funny though, Lauren.
Yeah, whatever.
There's always money in the banana stand. Okay,
but I could literally just watch so much anime instead. Like, so much. Oh my gosh, I have a new episode. No, I don't. Not until tomorrow.
I've been rereading My Hero, The Big Fight. Not the most recent Big Fight, but the original Big Fight when they all end up in the hospital. But what are you staring at? Lauren, I don't like this.
Crazy yell. I'm so sorry.
You're making me feel like I'm in a scary movie.
No, it's fine. I'm not dying. I am inside of the locked apartment.
Literally, your apartment looks like the setting of the movie Host that came on Shudder.
Shut your mouth.
That came on Shudder in the beginning of pandemic.
While we are on a Zoom call.
I know.
That movie is scurry.
I know it is. And when you went to the bathroom and slowly creeped in and slowly backed out, I was like, I'm gonna watch Laura get sucked away by a force. Are you hearing it? I don't want to hear it.
No, I think it's just my neighbors.
Looky, well...
I couldn't tell. It sounds like one of my neighbors. They're probably watching it like a game or something.
A sports game!
Anyway.
Okay, well, let's talk about happier things, because that's this episode right now. So Mustang and his crew expected this, and they just wanted to show Bradley's wife, like, the true, like, heart behind the army. They had people in the rafters to shoot down the guards, not kill them, just injure them. And then Bradley's wife asks if the country has betrayed Bradley or if he's chosen to betray her. And Mustang doesn't know and says they'll protect her life so she can tell the whole country they were only ever on her side. And I was like, what a great tactic. Also true, and what a great tactic.
Honestly, though, he's a smart little cookie.
He's a smart little cookie. That Chris Mustang. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I hate it.
I'm so sorry. So now there's like a whole battalion after Mustang. So far there are 59 men injured and 0 casualties, and so the military's like, what, how is that happening? Why aren't they killing anyone? And Mustang and them are making sure that they don't kill anyone. So as that's being reported, Lady Olivier Armstrong says the other guys, or what the other guys' men, like the other guys, I should have put an apostrophe, the other guys' men, are a joke, and that her command would be better. And she's explaining why the Briggs soldiers are great, that she doesn't have to tell them what to do. They are great soldiers, and they know the right thing to do, which, we're about to see. She says the Briggs men are the survival of the fittest. And then it cuts over to you see Briggs men are in Central and are ready to attack and leave no prisoners. Buccaneer and the team just look absolutely amazing when they appear and just start, wrecking shop. Love the North. They hid the entire battalion in the Armstrong mansion, and when Mustang said that a few episodes ago, we knew it.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be the Ishvalan soldiers. I don't know why
I
didn't think about Briggs at all. I was like, of course it's going to be Briggs.
I thought it was going to be, it was confusing.
I felt so dumb. Like, it was literally like a, moment.
Yeah, duh. I mean,
so
yeah. I said, LOL, Hawkeye's friend Rebecca comes over in an ice cream truck, and it's full of ammo, because they all run out of ammo, and all they have is Mustang's little snappy snaps. His little snappy snaps.
Snappy snaps.
He little snappy snaps, a little toasty. So all of a sudden we see that the person driving who is able to get all the ammo to them, because they're like, what? How did you get here? It's Maria Ross returning to the scene. Ooh, ooh. I loved that reveal. That was my favorite. I was like, Maria Ross!
Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to come back at all.
I thought they would have brought her back earlier, and so when she wasn't, I was like, she's not going to be a character anymore. And
I hope that Brosh gets to see her again, or else I'm going to be really sad.
I know. They were best buddies. They slapped the Elric brothers around.
They did.
They were like their parents for a week.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Back when things were a little bit easier and happier, and we had Billy the Chopper, who makes a little guest appearance at the end of this. Womp womp. So they're using Sheenie's tear gas bombs to help not kill people but still defeat. By the way, did you know tear gas is illegal in war as a chemical warfare weapon banned in war? But guess what? America uses it on its own citizens. Fun fact. But
God
look, where did they get all
America?
Aren't we great?
Land
I tolerate
my home. I don't know.
It's land that I love, but it's land that I tolerate.
Well, I don't. So here we are.
Land that I tolerate. So they got all these weapons, but how? Guess who picks up the phone? Because they're like, you can call him. It's stinking Havoc. Havoc.
My favorite reveal.
I love. As soon as I saw the cigarette, I was like, ah! He found a way to survive in life and be happy. He can still help. Ugh, gosh, love it.
So cute. And what they call it, the General Store.
Havoc's General Store. And I love it. And so he's been running this general store and supplying with everything. And I said, oh my God, my heart is so happy. In all caps. Because I was just like, these reunions. Knowing that it's probably going to end sad. But let me have my happy for a little bit.
For right now, it'll be great. Havoc's not there, so he'll live, and that's exciting.
He better, because he's gone through enough.
Yeah,
he's done enough. He can't. Your legs don't. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. That's Havoc. Anyway, so Ho thinks he can free all the souls trapped inside Father, but also kill him, and then he can eventually free all the souls that are trapped inside of him, which might also kill him. He didn't say that part. Yeah, he didn't say that part, but I was like,
we know.
Yeah, he's got to die.
He's totally gonna die.
He's gonna die. So Salim's sitting in the dark and banging on a helmet, and I feel like it's Morse code.
I thought that too immediately.
As soon as he started banging on it, I was like, he ain't no real kid. No.
He ain't no real kid.
He ain't no real kid. He's just a dumb little brat. No. So we pan away from that, but we'll come back to that later. But I wrote next, no Mei-Chang, stop listening to Envy, because they're running down this tunnel, and Envy's like, go deeper, I'll show you the true meaning of immortality, and she's listening.
That sounded very...
Lauren!
I just needed you to hear it.
Now I gotta edit this episode instead of just uploading it!
I'm sorry, but literally listen to what you just said.
Yeah. Okay.
Go deeper. I'll show you the true meaning of immortality.
It doesn't sound bad to me. Anyway.
Oh, you're sweet. I think it's dirty.
I have questions, but I'm not going to ask them.
I'll explain it to you later.
So... How dare you? Lady Armstrong attacks the generals. She shoots one guy in the head, and I think that was like the most graphic shot we've gotten in a while. Yeah, I was like, oh, and she says they call her betrayer of the country. She's like, I'm not betraying the country. She's doing the good up for the country. And I was like, look, her and her brother are both now betrayers of the country. They're even. Then we pan over, and Fu is out in the crowd, and he says that the presence underground has tripled in size since yesterday, and so I just wrote, is Father getting more powerful? I hope not, but probably, because, eclipse promise day thingies.
It might not. Maybe it's just that all the powers like coming together because
Maybe.
it's just the energies are aligned now.
The chakras.
Yeah.
So we pan back over to Little Pride, and yep, stupid Pride is sending Morse code messages to Father. Ugh.
Stupid Pride.
Stupid Pride. Ed, that's all my notes. Stupid Pride. Pride's a brat.
Honestly, though.
Yeah.
Like, I hate this kid.
I hate this kid. I would never nanny him.
No.
So then we pan back, and Ed and them go through the third lab to sneak into Central Command because everything was blocked off because the generals, when Lady Armstrong was turning on them, they locked it down. Ed distracts the guards by saying, "Hey, look, isn't that Scar?" It was a really funny, dumb moment of Ed because he just, like, does that dumb drawn face again and, like, knocks them out, and Ho just goes, "That was a mean thing to do," and Ed just is like, shut up, Dad, shut up. But I love Ho's gentleness. That was a mean thing to do.
I also love how Ho always has his hands in his pockets. It's a very anime thing.
Look, even in this picture, he's got his hands in his pocket.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like, he was running with them with his hands in his pockets.
I've done that once in elementary school.
That's the exact opposite of a Naruto run.
I did that in elementary school one time, and then I fell, and my hands were in my pockets, and they were stuck. So then I fell and was just like, face first, and skinned my face. So, do not suggest, anime watchers, don't try that. Naruto run all you want. Don't do the pockets.
I think we should make this a thing, and we call it the Ho Run, and no one will know what we're talking about, but it'd be really funny.
No, because I'm gonna fall again.
Well, you don't have to do it. I want to make it a thing for everyone else.
For
anyone that's coordinated enough.
How dare you?
Please run with your hands in your pockets and call it the Ho Run.
I can hardly even run.
Our way
of laughing
our way of combating the Naruto tribe.
I don't know. I became a real big fan of the Naruto run after the Area 51 raid, and they did that like newscast, and that guy just Naruto runs through the background.
Funny.
That from then on, I was like, that run is okay in my book. After we started a national thing,
the Ho Run like live yet. You haven't seen it get lit.
Fetch is never gonna happen.
How dare you? How dare you make me into Gretchen Wieners? I'm so upset with you. Don't ever talk to me.
That's why your hair is so big.
Don't talk to my mom. Don't talk to my dog. Don't talk to my husband. We're done here. Thank you.
I'm gonna text Christian and text you to say, fetch is never gonna happen.
Don't you dare. You didn't even have his phone number. You can't.
No, but I can find it.
I never gave you my emergency contact.
Yeah, why didn't you? What if you disappear?
Because you have my husband. He's my most emergency contact.
That is very true. What if you and Will disappear?
Oh, then we're dead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I have Will's number. I didn't think about that. I do have Will.
Yeah.
William?
That's why I didn't give anything out, because I was like, why would I? I have someone I can call.
I don't have Beth's number, I realized. I need Beth's number.
I have Beth's phone number, and we'll give it to you, because I lived with Shane, and we exchanged phone numbers.
Yeah, I need Beth's number for friendship purposes, not for emergency contacts. So I can text Beth about, like, Downton Abbey, and she's the only other one I know that watches Designated Survivor. The Kiefer Sutherland Netflix show. It's great. Love it. It's I don't know. It's not the best, but I enjoy watching it. Beth is literally the only other person I know. I love Kiefer.
I started watching Selling Sunset because I'm a fan of trash television.
Don't worry. I've watched everything but the newest season.
The new season, dude.
I need to watch it.
So good.
I just know Chriselle's dating what's his name, and I'm like, what?
Not yet. That's the preview for the next season.
Oh, well, they just announced they broke up, so I'm like, whatever. I guess that ruins the season.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. It's literally just, it was in the preview for this coming season.
Okay, well,
like,
I'm one season behind. I need to watch it. Howdy! He can't hear me, but I know he feels the love.
So extra right now that he's just gonna chill here with me for a little bit.
He's like a cat. Okay.
He's destroying my lap right now. It hurts so bad. Could you stop trying to bite me?
Hootie! Oh, kissy, kissy, kissy. This is gonna be weird for anybody listening. Anyway, so Ed and them go. Oh, I already did that one. Okay, they're having to split up as they're trying to find the third lab or trying to break into Central. Ho takes Lanfan with him and is a bit creepy about it. I guess so nobody questions him. But I think there's a reason why.
He's not creepy in the sub. He just says.
Oh.
He says, "Oh, she's strong." It's really sweet, actually. He very much girl powers her. He's like, "Yeah, she's strong enough to handle anything that could hurt me. It's fine. I would rather have her than all of you."
The dub gets real creepy.
He's like, "Would you really deny an old man the honor of having the company of a beautiful woman?" And I was like, "That's hilarious. I love that." But yeah, he was like, "No, she's stronger than all of you. I'd rather have her than."
They said that, but the inflection was more like, "Let me have a company of a beautiful woman," and I was like, "Why?"
Yeah, no, the sub was.
And
really
then
not
the Chimera even
that.
said creepy old perv, and I was like,
Well, Ed called him a creepy old man in the sub.
Oh well, the Chimera straight up said creepy old perv in the dub, so I'm like, ew. Weird. So, and we find out why he does this so that he lets Lanfan go find Ling because he can sense that she cares really deeply because they're in love. And so she's like, "Are you sure? What? I'm fine." And he's like, "No, go find him. I know how much this means to you." And I was like, "Oh, why does he make me like him so much? I was so against him in the beginning of this show."
I like Hohenheim. I always did.
I know.
I always will.
No. So I wrote, "Oh no, one of the bad journals has activated all the Philosopher's Stones and the creepy army underground to attack Mustang in them." Which is really fun because
the longest run-on sentence I've ever heard.
Oh no, the Immortals.
Oh no,
the creepy underground men have been activated and they're gonna attack Mustang in them, and now all the lives are in danger and they've got to keep running. And so they basically turns on all of their Philosopher's Stones, and I just sort of, ew, they have a creepy one eye in the middle of their head, and they just start screaming. The episode ends with them just going, "Wah!" And I was like, "Oh!"
They all look like the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
From Pan's Labyrinth, which I hate. So instead of hand eyes, they have one central eye. I do not like him. He terrified me when I saw Pan's Labyrinth. I love Pan's Labyrinth, but Pale Man?
Well, I got you a Pale Man sticker at Comic-Con because I thought you liked him. I'll keep it. It's okay. I'll keep it. It's fine. It was cute. It was a smiley little pale man, and then I got a Babadook that's barfing out a rainbow. And
I like that one. Pale Man? Absolutely not. I had a friend in BCIS Computer Science. They changed all of our backgrounds to the Pale Man, and I walked into class and was like, "No!" Oh my gosh, Lord. You have all the babies. They're all kissing you. Steve was like, "Pay attention."
I'm so sorry. I've been gone all day, and Will's been gone for 3 hours, and they have now lost their minds. That's longer than 3 hours.
They're taking turns licking your face. I love it. If you're just listening, if y'all are just listening, you should definitely tune into the YouTube video because it's just full of puppies today. Oh, Hoots! Right on cue. Way to go, Hootie.
My dogs. They're sweet.
So, after credits, the Inhuman soldiers are all over command. It looks like a Chimera is stuck underground. Mei Chang needs help. Olivier is fighting. And then the ominous quote, "Who will become a killer and who will be killed?" And that's it. That was the whole ominous quote. And I was like, why again?
I know. So misleading.
I know.
Jeesh.
Lauren, please tell me you have fun facts.
Do I have fun facts? I have one fun fact. I have 2 fun facts, I guess. I have the chapters, which are 89 Soldiers Return and 90 Army of Immortals. Well named.
Yeah.
And then in the manga chapter for this, Olivier asserts that Central's defense is weak because they've never had to ward off any kind of attack, but they had to change that because in episode 1, which had Isaac McDougall, and that's how you get the gist of alchemy and all that stuff. He did a major attack, but he is only in the anime. He's an anime only character, so she had to change it so that they weren't equipped to ward off
debate goes.
Ward off a large scale attack instead of just an attack in general. So that's it. Those are my fun facts. I hope they were really fun.
Okay. Well, I just really love that the whole time you're doing that, Hootie literally had his neck all the way bent back to look at your face.
Yeah, he's a little obsessed with me. It's kind of disgusting.
I'm a big fan of it. And Hootie's just could care less. He's like, yes, mother.
Boy. He really is just.
And then there's Steve, who's just like, I just need your lap, mother.
He does. He doesn't.
Steven! Oh, I could hear myself. That was too loud. I know, I heard myself echo back through your headphone and I was like, I didn't like that. I didn't like hearing myself make that voice. Regret.
That's okay. That's good.
Alright, so now we're at episode 51, The Immortal Legion. Take it away, Lauren.
Ed's crew faces a horde of ravenous mannequins, abominations powered by human souls. The twisted creatures aren't the only unstoppable force in the battlefield. Pride, sloth, and envy are all on the move.
Stop!
Yep, that's the thing. Really big spoiler. Whatever, man. Netflix.
Why would you even watch the episode? God.
What we've learned from this experience is never
don't read these. Yeah, don't read these synopses.
You watch the show. Just give the show a chance.
Yeah, because they just tell you everything and not in an artistic way. Oh my gosh. So I had to make a note for this one that the icon is a buff, shirtless Armstrong with an explosion behind him. And when you're clicking on Funimation and the little picture icon for episode, and I just wrote bless.
I was Armstrong this episode. What a god! Can we just
Armstrong's in general in this episode, but Alex just bless.
Babe, total.
What a babe. So. In this episode, we get a new intro, and I was like, "Already? Is this? I think this is our last intro based on what it shows us."
What a vibe this episode gave us, or this intro gave us too, because it was really not slow, but definitely not rushed and very somber. And I was like, "This is a final."
And I like the music. Yeah, I like the music, but man, it is somber.
Well, if you do like the music, it is a song called "Rain" by the band Sid. And you may find it on all streaming services. There you go.
Yay! I did write that this was called Rain because it said I saw it in the credits as I was taking notes. But I'll read you my big run-on sentence about the new opening intro.
Ready?
Here we go. Why is everyone in blue like they're ghosts? Why does Truth look like Winry? Why is this song so sad? Explosions and rough drawings of characters, including Father. Alphonse's body in the portal and his suit laying next to him. Winry crying on a cliff. Bradley alive versus Scar. Mustang and Hawkeye crying. Why is everyone crying? The song is literally called Rain. Ed and Al against a tree and Ed sees his mom. Then Ed is in bed and it's a dream. And Winry is in the bed with him smiling down at him? And that is the intro. That's so gross. I can hear Hootie licking. Hootie, stop! I hate ASMR. It's so loud, and I don't know why, because it's not even near the microphone, so I can only imagine how loud that is on your face. Ew. Hootie, you slut, stop it.
He is a little hoe. It's fine. Oh my gosh, and Steve just laid across my computer. This is great. We're having a good time.
Yeah,
these dogs need a lot of attention.
It's like
don't get small dogs. It's like having needier cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say Peggy's not even in my room. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It's almost like take your kids to work day is what it looks like, right? Steve, what are you doing? He just, like, full on went backwards, like, trust fall on you. Like, if you would not have been there, he would have plummeted.
Okay,
Steven, oh my gosh.
They're being so extra right now. I shifted, and now they're like, oh, you've inconvenienced me, and they're yanking my headphones out of my ear. Okay, please talk.
Okay. I'm just watching you, like, in silence, just watching these dogs, and I completely disassociated from this podcast and was just watching you. So I think I must have been using voice to text because I wrote play. And I guess, because I had paused to write my notes for the intro, and so I must have... I was watching this on my computer, so absolutely there is no voice command, so I'm not quite sure what's happening.
I was gonna say, like, what were you... Oh my gosh, Steve. Were you gonna jump?
Steven!
It's okay.
Steven, what are you doing? I said, the Immortal Legion is alive, and very zombie-like. They start saying, Papa, and one walks up to that general, and he's drooling, and I'm like, bruh, that ain't gonna end well. I've watched plenty of zombie stuff. Yeah, and guess what? He's like, yes, call me your father, yes, go attack, and they just start eating him, and I'm like, duh.
Expected. Totally expected.
Stupid. Fun fact, they have no butthole. So they're eating all these bodies. Where does it go? I just want to question that.
That bothers me so much.
They bent over and was eating that guy, and it was like clear as day, no genitalia, no butthole. I was like, this is just like on Attack on Titan. Do they barf them?
My insane mental breakdown about Titan buttholes. Like, I didn't realize the Titans didn't have buttholes until the Cart Titan, and I was like, where's the butthole? Like, how did they eat all these people? Where did they go?
In the manga, they explained they just barf them.
After, like, talking through this whole thing to myself, Will came up with the most logical answer.
Oh.
It's because they let off steam, so that's how they get rid of what's inside of them. Like, it steams out of them. And I was like, that just doesn't seem right. He had a very scientific thing. I made that really stupid sounding. It was a lot.
The canon version is there's just piles of Titan barf everywhere, and it's just...
That's freaking ridiculous.
Human
and
digested
disgusting.
remains. Fun fact. I looked that up and I was like, what?
Why?
Yeah, because I asked Ryan, I was like, he's naked, but there's no genitalia and there's no borthole. And Ryan was like, oh yeah, here you go. And I was like, okay, so
that's
they're like owls? You know how like owls absorb all the nutrients and then barf it back up in whatever that little fuzzy thing is? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah.
We did like that project in like 4th grade where we dissected them and read that book. I think we read Hoot.
Let's explore Titans with owls. It's like that one David Sedaris book. Let's explore diabetes with owls, but instead it's better. Let's explore Titan buttholes with owls.
Bortholes.
That's better.
You gotta say bortholes. Because that's my favorite thing on cat groups on Facebook. They don't say butthole. They say bortholes. Is that a cat meowing? It almost sounded like a cat meowing at the end, too.
Yeah, there's this cat that lives outside of our house, and he is obsessed with Will. She and I have named her Inside Cat, and I just call her Sid, but her name is Inside Cat. And
I like that.
Will, the other day, while I was sleeping with the puppies because I had to wake up at 4 in the morning, brought Inside Cat inside and just let her chill out with him. And now she just hangs out. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Do we need to pause?
What are y'all doing? No, it's fine.
Are they eating toilet paper?
No, that's what I had to check because I have wrapping paper over there, and I did not want them to eat it. But so now she just hangs out outside her door and waits for Will to come home and hopes that she can live inside.
It looks like you got a cat. Yeah. Now you just gotta slowly integrate the dogs to a cat scent, and then you'll get a cat.
We'll see.
That's how you get cats. They choose you.
Well, that cat definitely chose us because every time I come home, it ricochets itself over our neighbor's fence and stands in front of me so that I can't go inside without it.
Yeah, well, that's how Pepper.
Very sweet cat.
That's how Pepper came in. There was a cat in our front yard, and I was like, "Oh, he's got a little bobtail." Came back out with food, and he never left. And now he lives inside our house. So I'm like, and that's Pepper.
Well, we are feeding it now, so technically it's our cat.
Yay! Yeah, when I moved out of my apartment, I used to feed the stray cats there because somebody had, like, obviously just left the cat there, and my apartment emailed me, you forgot your cat. No, that's not my cat.
That's not my cat.
I just
brought my cat.
fed that cat. So I had to, like, convince the apartment I did not abandon my cat. I have the emails for it, too. It's really funny. Because she just lived in all of our, we, like, made a little warm house for her when it got cold. And we all pitched in and got her fixed because she kept having kittens. And so she was the apartment cat. And I just fed her. And yeah, so they were like, you forgot your cat, because she just sat on my porch and there was food there still. I forgot to throw it away. And I was like, oh, sorry, no, that's not my cat. That's y'all's cat. Alright, yeah, so back to this episode. They have no børtholes. That's how we got there. No børtholes.
No ports.
So Ed is in the third lab, and the body of Barry the Chopper, R.I.P. Barry, is still there on the ground. Womp womp. And the doorway still has all the symbols, and Al's wall that was to protect him and Hawkeye is still there. That he alchemized. It's a new word. So the Immortal Legion starts pouring out of the door, and they quickly realize they can't stop them. Alchemy doesn't work. They don't die. Pan back over. Olivier has the general under hostage and orders them to tell the forces to leave Mustang's team alone and pull back. But guess what? They don't do that, and then all the soldiers pointing a gun at her, like, start freaking out. She's like, what? And then she turns around, and it's Sloth behind them, and he swings down his chains and just smashes the general. Like, he is puddle goo now.
Just made him a nail in the concrete.
It
was
crazy. He did.
That was so dope. And then he just lifts his hand and all that blood is dripping.
And he goes,
sometimes I forget that this is a violent show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's really easily disguised.
Yeah, and then this happens, and you're just
or someone gets shot in the head and we see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy.
So Sloth was told to kill Olivier, so you can tell Father sees her as a threat. So pan back to them in the third laboratory. Even Scar's alchemy doesn't destroy the Immortal Legion, and one of the Immortal Legion keeps saying Big Brother, and they realize all human souls have been used to make them, and they're like, oh no. Poor Ed is like, great, more innocent people being turned into weapons. Ed, they say this is bad, and if they escape outside, and then they pan to a baby in the middle of outside, because they're like implying that if they escape outside, they're going to kill all the villagers, and they pan to a baby crying outside, and it's like, oh cool, that's just going to make us feel a little more panicky and make us feel more tense. Thank you for we got the emphasis on the situation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop it. You drink that Pepsi.
I will. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Good. Okay. Ed traps all the soldiers inside with their team. He closes the door, and he's like, sorry guys, but the Chimera, like, if you wouldn't have done it, I would have closed it myself. And I was like, oh, look at this. They're bonding. I love the Chimeras. I'm obsessed. Except for I had to hear that noise again, and I was like, stop it.
I hate when you make that noise because I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure right now, and that literally sounds like I don't want to watch that
lollipop thing again.
No, it's a different one. Like so everyone in JoJo has a stand, and it's like they're like spirit protector dude, right? Essentially, like their magic spirit protector. And JoJo's is my least favorite. Or not JoJo. I'm sorry, Jotaro. He's the main character of the season.
Jotaro.
He has my least favorite stand. All it does is punch things, and it's the same sound for every time he goes into punching, and it's literally like, just over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, just go punch through life and see how that helps you.
Punching through life.
He's not even the main character of his own season. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, stop making that sound. Is what I'm being triggered. Wow.
Okay. favorite quote, a bear with a mohawk is heard over the radio. And it's Buccaneer. The Brig soldiers are taking down the army. And the Chimera outside, Owl, what? Oh, the Lion Chimera. What's his name? I write his name down later. Oh, Mr. Heinkel.
There you go.
Is outside, and Salim's trapped and realizes he's outside the Earth cocoon and realizes that Salim's doing Morse code. And broadcasting their location, and Kimberly shows up because he was reaching out to Kimberly. And I said, no, Kimberly kills the Chimera! Or so I thought. I was really upset about
I did too, though, to be honest.
I was like, oh, Mr. Heinkel, no!
He's dead.
So, Pride is now free due to Kimberly. And then we pan over, and poor Mei Chang is running away underground in the tunnel from those soldiers with Envy. Envy's getting jostled around in the jar, which made me laugh. I stopped laughing in a few minutes, though. And then Envy falls out of the jar, and then an Immortal soldier eats him, and, well, now Envy's taking control over that body, and starts eating the other soldiers, and morphs into one nasty flesh-colored monster thing, and then giant green Envy comes back with more people pimples, and then morphs into normal Envy, and I was like, dang it. Envy's back.
I did really enjoy watching that transformation.
It was a ride. It was a ride, and the people pimples, like, using him like a puppet at people. I was like, ooh. So, pan over, Yoki and Marco see smoke coming from Pride's trap. And then, what are they fighting over? Are they just fighting each other?
They're fighting each other, yeah.
It just sounds like,
sorry.
Like,
yeah, it's all Steve. Hootie doesn't make a single sound. He's like a silent little ninja warrior.
You spoke
Remember
way
when
too
I said
soon.
he was a silent little ninja warrior?
You spoke way too soon. And right on cue, Hootie knows his cues very well. That was great. So, Mr. Heinkel is still kind of, there's his Lion Chimera, is still kind of alive, but not really. It looks really sad.
Calf.
Yeah, like, he's struggling, man. And so then Pride captures Al again, and Al tries to escape with alchemy, and I was really sad. I was like, not again. And then Pride has his feet, yanks him back, and it's only Al's feet. He cuts off his own feet, so he can get away. And there's a giant dust cloud that they're hiding in, and So we pan over to Sloth fighting Olivier with his chains. Olivier throws a grenade at Sloth and doesn't do anything, but then he catches her, and he's like squeezing her against the pillar. She's about to die. But guess what? My boo, big brother, Alex Louis Armstrong, comes in to save the day. And now it's Alex versus Sloth. And I wrote in all caps, don't let my BB die. And then we pan back over. There's a lot of panning over in these episodes. Heinkel is telling Al to leave him because Al, with his little nubby legs, is dragging him. And he's like, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. It's really sad. And Heinkel tells Al to leave him so maybe he can have a chance to survive, but Al's all broken. But then Heinkel pulls out that Philosopher's Stone that dumb old Kimberly dropped when he betrayed the Chimera and beat up Ed really bad in the mine. Heinkel says Al...
Finally, it's coming back into play.
It's only been like 15 episodes.
But it feels like forever.
I know.
That's just been a thing.
It's just been in Heinkel's pocket all this time. Oh my gosh. Heinkel says Al needs to use the stone because Al still recognizes that the people inside the stone are still people. It's not just a stone and they're not just dead. They're souls trapped in there. Lives who are taken and put in the stone, and they're still people, and that they deserve to fight, and they need to fight together. So Al needs to help them fight back by using the stone to get justice for them. And I was like, my heart. Oh,
heck yes.
That was like a really emotional speech Heinkel did about why they need to use the Philosopher's Stone, not for like themselves, but for the people that were trapped in it.
Oh yeah, they really took this very side character and gave him a really defining moment.
I know.
And I'm like, okay,
and he's even like of all the Chimera, Mr. Heinkel's the most normal looking one and like the sweetest looking one because he's just like a glasses older man and like. I don't know. Anyway, Al uses the stone to fix his armor body to fight instead of just get his normal body back, which is a big deal because he could have just gotten his human body back right then and there. But he doesn't. He just heals his armor so he can keep using the stone so they have a chance. And that's how it ends. So, after credits... Oh, no, new ending credits. Here we go. Here's my long run-off sentence. Who is this blonde person standing in the wind? Is it Ed? It doesn't look like him. Trish's grave. A bunch of Elrics? They all have blonde hair and gold eyes. Then Ho hiking in the desert and their childhood home. Ho looking powerful. The giant transmutation circle. Ed looking old. Then starving Al's body. Then armor Al. Then Granny's house? And that was the new credits. End credits. The real after credits, as I wrote my notes, I accidentally wrote it twice. A bunch of fighting still. It looks gnarly. And the ominous quote, the time for ambivalence is long past. And then it shows a general has his gun to Lady Armstrong's head, and she's yelling at him and holding his hand. And I was like, no, not Olivier. So, it brings us to episode 52, Combined Strength. Lauren?
Actually, I have fun facts, so we're going to go
Oh, that's right. Good. Because it was on a sad note.
So, the content from this episode is from Chapter 90, Army of Immortals, Chapter 91, a reunion of alchemists, and Chapter 92 with everyone's strength. This is really just
with everyone's strength.
thing.
You mean like the stone conversation?
Yeah. So this is just something I noticed at the beginning when you see the mannequin soldiers is the first three that drop down are posed like the three wise monkeys.
Oh yeah.
Hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on purpose, but
it was also in the title card.
On purpose.
It was in the title card too. When you learn that they're actually called mannequin soldiers and not an immortal legion.
Super dope.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention at that point, or I was just too like.
Yeah, it was probably like because I saw it in the title card and I didn't make a note because I think I was still writing whatever had just happened before it.
That's okay, your girl got you.
Your girl.
And then also, for literally no reason at all, when they show Barry the Chopper's body, his head is cut in half. Did you notice that?
I did not.
His head is just cut in half. When that never happened to his body, it's not like that in the manga. He's just a decaying little dude. And Ed knows
how did he die?
So much. He just died. Like, his body just died. He erased his, whatever mark. His blood seal.
I need to rewatch that episode.
But, Ed also knows a lot about Barry when it's something that him and Al never really talked about. Like, in the manga, when they asked who it is, he just goes, Barry the Chopper, I guess. And shrugs.
Yeah, because
like, I guess it's Barry.
We know all about Barry because of his work with Mustang soldiers.
Yeah, he was there with Alphonse. So Alphonse knows all that. He shouldn't know anything.
No.
But he does, because they had to tell you. The end.
The end.
That's it. Those are my fun facts. Here is your Netflix summary for episode 52, Combined Strength.
Yeah, I'm flexing.
With the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank
With the Philosopher's Stone in his possession, Alphonse fearlessly engages Pride and Kimberly. Elsewhere, the Armstrongs find themselves trapped between Sloth's onslaught and the guns of Central's troops.
Okay, the last part was bad. The first part, we don't know if Alphonse is using this stone, so could you not?
That's a stretch. You're just mad about Netflix.
I am.
I think that's a fine summary. It's whatever. But can I just say before we get into this that we could have been having dope alchemist fights like this for the entire series, and they saved it for episode 52. Do you know how angry I am about how cool this fight was?
Well, we've only gotten to see Ho use his awesome, intense fighting skill once, and it was to make an earth cocoon, not even to fight. So, I better be seeing some Hohenheim power-up moves.
I want to see Ed do cool stuff. He only makes spears. That's his thing. He did
it again in this last episode, and I was like, oh, look.
And I was mad.
He did the classic whoop.
Especially after seeing Al do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
I mean, Ed just loves his skulls and spears, man.
I'm
Skulls and
really
spears.
upset.
And red capes.
I'm really upset. We could have been having this for 52 episodes.
For 52
stinking
episodes. What's that, like?
And now there are only 12
13,
episodes
14?
left. BS.
BS, I love you.
I'm upset.
Okay, here we go. Al is now fighting Kimberly and Pride using the Philosopher's Stone, so he has a chance. Al does some damage and uses a flash bomb to entrap Pride in yet another Earth cocoon. But a smaller one this time.
A tiny cocoon.
A tiny little Earth cocoon. It's more like a cone this time, though. Like an ice cream swirl.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
I am a beautiful little butterfly. My name is Heinrich. So Al said if he used the stone to get his body back right now, he wouldn't be able to save. I wrote save something. He wouldn't be able to save. I don't know what he wrote. What he said.
He was gonna save Homeboy's life because he's dying.
Heinkel. Kimberly says equivalent exchange, and they start going back and forth of why Al didn't get his body back and how he's using the stone. Al says it's not fair that he can't have both, that he can't use the stone to help people and get his body back. And he's searching for an exception to the rule and doesn't want to be bound by rules anymore. And Kimberly, the only reason he's bad is because, one, he's just not empathetic at all, but two, he wants to know which side wins, so he keeps kind of flopping, and so he's like,
He's just a sociopath.
Absolutely. He doesn't feel anything.
About Kimberly. He doesn't have real emotions about things. He's just like, well,
he's very much a profile of a serial killer sociopath, for sure. Kimberly says they might not get their bodies back, it might not save everyone, then reveals that he also has that little circular philosopher's stone that creepy doctor gave him, and in his mouth. And I was like, where do you have that? How did you not accidentally swallow that?
No, I think he does swallow it and he just barfs it back up.
Like a titan with no børtholes.
When he first did it, he hit his stomach.
Oh, that's right.
And it comes back up.
We had this whole conversation.
It's like, ugh. He's an owl. He just regurgitates.
Why do owls and no børtholes, like...
I don't know.
No børtholes and owls. I'm fine.
Let's just name the episode Let's Explore Titans with Owls.
Oh my gosh. So then we pan back over to the Armstrongs fighting Sloth, and it's gnarly. They're doing some damage on some weak spots, and he's bleeding, but he's also healing because, homunculi. But then, whoa! Sloth is really fast, which was, like, out of left field. When that happened, I went, whoo! Because I wasn't ready for that to happen at all.
And he just, has that small flex, yeah, don't you know I'm the fastest homunculus?
Yeah, the way he says that, it was like, oh, I'm sorry, the name Sloth didn't lead me to believe you were the fastest homunculus. My bad. Sloth. Right? You're acting a lot like Pride right now, could you not?
Honestly, though. Your pride is showing. You better watch out.
Pride is showing, or else, Daddy's gonna call you back. Are you new here? That's my favorite TikTok right now. Are you new here? Yeah.
I don't have that TikTok.
I'll send you
I think that
5.
Might be a straight TikTok thing.
No,
I'm only on gay and anime TikTok.
This one is a chaotic mental illness one. It's really fun. I'll send it to you.
You'd have to send it to me.
Are you new here?
My mental illness is still Bo Burnham, so...
Oh, I've left Bo Burnham talk. He pops up every once in a while in my 2021 Wrapped.
Well, I'm apparently in the top 6% of people that listens to All of Inside over and over again.
Am I surprised? Not at all.
No. Not at all. Also, Will bought me that record for Christmas. And it's been so lovely. I just clean my house telling myself that I feel like a bad word, and I just dance in my socks and
feeling like a big old duffel bag of it.
Stuff. Yeah.
Anyway. So Sloth is fast. Bam, bam, bam.
He's fast. He's a fast
He hasn't been fighting all out this whole time, and I was like, oh no. And he can move fast, but his aim is off when he goes fast, because he can't control. He just can rock it out, but can't really control where he's going. But Olivier's bleeding, and I'm concerned. It looks like Sloth has hit Olivier, like, pummeled her into a wall, and we're not sure. And then we pan over back to Kimberly and Al. Kimberly has hit Al and frees Pride, but it doesn't look like Al's too hurt. Pride sniffs out Al and captures them. Pride stabs him, but then Al reveals that he doesn't have the stone. And they're like, what? Al figured out where the wind was blowing and healed Mr. Heinkel and had him going upwind so that they couldn't smell him. No, downwind so that they couldn't smell him. I had to remember that for a second. And Chimera, the lion Chimera, Mr. Heinkel, bites Kimberly's neck and just like absolutely does some major
dope
damage. Like crushed his windpipe is what they say. And I was like, oh,
so dope.
Kimberly, suck it. Dr. Marco has the stone, which was really exciting. So Mustang. Oh, panning over to Mustang. Mustang changes the ice cream truck because the radio is alerting that they're in an ice cream truck to a meat truck. It looks the exact same. It just says meat, and that's how dumb the soldiers are.
They don't realize alchemy can be used for many things.
Yeah, Central soldiers, idiots. Like, there's a big war in the middle of the city, and this truck keeps driving around, but it's not an ice cream truck, so it must be fine. Alright.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I mean, it works out great for our side, but alright.
Whatever. Let them be stupid.
Yeah, okay. So Mustang's group is splitting up again, so they can't get into Central since all the gates are closed. The Chimeras, Scar and Ed, are still there fighting the Immortal Legion. Scar realizes their legs are a weak spot. And I go, music is starting to play over this fight. It's the old theme song! And I really love that.
Uh-huh.
And it made me feel a little emotional, because, like, they're working together now, and I was just like, yeah, what a bop! Ed is fighting as hard as he can. Oh, I wrote, I'm emotional. See? But we pan back to the Armstrongs. Is Olivier battle scars. That's how my mouth looked. That's how my mouth looked when I said Olivier. It was battle scars. So sorry.
No.
Jasper. So we pan over to see if Olivier is okay. Alex Louis, my boo Armstrong, jumped in front of Sloth to save her and is holding the punch, like ultra powerful. And I was like, that is my man. He catches the punch and right. That's my man in more than one show. In more than one show, that is my man. Him. I love him. Okay. I love my big beefy voice.
Now we have to watch Dragon Ball Z so you can love
yes, I know. But
you won't love him. He sucks.
Oh no!
But it's fun.
Oh no!
He's the villain for.
But does he have Toshi's voice or does he have All Might's voice?
He doesn't have either.
What?
It's very interesting. I'll send it to you. It's
okay.
Fine.
I'm confused. Alright, so, but, he throws Sloth off of Olivier, saves her, but he's dislocated his arm. But when we think it's safe, Sloth busts up through the floor again and does hit Olivier, and I was like, oh my gosh! She's laying on the ground unconscious, then Sloth says he'll kill Alex quickly and then sleep, but we pan away! I wrote that in caps. I was so mad that we panned away. I was like, what is happening? So Pride stops attacking when Kimberly is put in the way, which is interesting. So they're like, alright, he doesn't want Kimberly to die. Cool, interesting, he must be a sacrifice. Pride says humans have no hope of winning because their father is just over there and points at the city, which has got some smoke because Mustang and them are, wrecking havoc on the city. Pride goes after Marco, but a truck comes flying over the hill and out of nowhere and straight up just runs over Pride. And the ugly cackle I did with that happened because I was like, ha ha ha, the brat got hit by a car. Because I hate this kid so much.
His mommy wasn't there to save him this time.
Your mom's not here, kid. Got hit by a car. Sucker. So I runs over Pride and Owl. It does hit Owl. That was sad. Collateral damage, but it's fine. And I wrote, it's freaking Yoki. And someone goes, one of the chimeras, Mr. Heinkel goes, way to take him out, fuzzy lip. And I laughed so hard. Because Yoki is not a good guy, but he's doing good things. But he's not a good guy. Yoki said he just wants
the
some
Chimeras
glory
aren't
for
good
his own.
guys either. So
But their
whatever.
hearts have changed. Their hearts. Did you not
Yeah,
just
I
hear
guess.
Heinkel's speech?
Okay, yeah, I
And did
guess.
you not just hear the gorilla man? And they're like, we gotta do this. We're gonna close the gates and save
I'm
the
just
city.
saying,
Lauren,
all of them aren't technically good guys.
They're good
so
guys.
You're gonna have to get over it.
No. And Yoki's just dumb.
Yeah.
But Yoki says he's doing this because you think you're gonna get all the glory? I want some of the glory of my own. And I was like, whatever. They hit Pride with Kimberly's car. It's Kimberly's car, is what we find out. It's even better that they hit Pride with Kimberly's car. Pride chases after them with his shadows, but Pride cuts off the top of the car, but they get away. It's so funny when they pan back to the car and they're all like, because they almost just got decapitated. Which Al would have been fine. Everybody else, not so much.
Yeah.
Pride lectures Kimberly while he's dying and bleeding out and gurgling on the ground about how lions are the fittest and more likely to survive. Like, what a little punk. Like, he can't breathe and he's like, did you know lions are called the king of the jungle for a reason? And I was like, what a brat. Pride licks his lips and I'm like, is he about to eat Kimberly? And the little hands grab Kimberly and yep, he is ingesting Kimberly so he can continue, air quotes, continue to live inside him. So Kimberly's
Speaking of
not
little
dead.
hands, y'all want to see the Christmas present Bridget got me?
I have a matching one.
It's a ring that is just little tiny hands.
Little
and
hands.
I love it so much.
They're little Pride
and no, it's
hands.
not a hug. It's for Pride and his
little
butt ass.
They're little Lauren. They're little
I'm
Pride
sorry.
hands.
But yeah, just speaking of little hands.
Little hands.
Love it.
If you're just listening, they're little hands in a ring. Lauren has a gold ring. I have a silver ring. Wrapped around your finger, and I love it. And they look like Pride's little hands. Lauren saw it in a TikTok, and they're really expensive.
I sent it to Bridget, and I was like, Pride hands!
And they were really expensive, and Amazon never fails. Found some knockoff cheap ones.
Which is awesome. I love them. It's my
Jeffrey
favorite
Bezos. Alright.
Come on, Jeffrey.
You can do it. Pave the way, but you're back into it.
Do it. Tell us why. Show us how.
Look at where you came from. Look at you now.
I can't sing the next part because it says bad words.
Yes, it does, and I already have to edit 3 out now. Lauren.
I love you. I've had a very challenging couple of days.
I understand that. I understand.
The fact that I'm awake right now is astounding to me. So we're good.
Also astounded. So we pan back to Olivier. She is alive, but seriously injured. All the guards are still in shock, and I said, oh my gosh, because they're in shock because Alex, in a rage, has, like, mutilated Sloth by, like, alchemying all these, like, cement block like things through his head, through his arm, and he's just like shredded and like hung up on there, and it's like through his mouth and the back of his head, and I was like, oh, I love
the hottest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
I need you to back off. Oh, absolutely stunning.
So gorgeous. And then like they pull back and he's like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I've had worse. What about you? He's like, just a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah. Beautiful moment.
They like have this disgusting bonding moment of, yeah, who's the toughest here?
Oh, to add to that sibling fight. I don't know where quibbling. Alex,
like quibbling.
Quibbling.
Like a sibling quarrel.
That's, I think, what I was trying to say, and I went quibbling. Alex and Olivier are arguing, and Alex says that she can't die, or else he'll inherit the house, because she hasn't done the paperwork. And she won, and she quips back that Mustang will get it before him. I was like, classic. And then I wrote in all caps, oh no, the Immortal army is now in the room with them. Great. And then Sloth's arm just, like, falls off.
Yeah.
And then starts growing back, and then he starts chomping through the rock, and I was like, ugh, classic. And, oh no, the Armstrongs are in a tough place, because Sloth has regenerated, the Immortal army's on the other side, and they're still in that room. We pan over to Little Mei Chang. She's trying to avoid Envy's attacks, and the Immortal army breaks in the tunnel. I wrote mannequin soldiers, because that's when I learned that they were called mannequin soldiers with that little title card. I was like, oh, Fine. Every soldier's been infused with a philosopher's stone. So many lives. I think I was just dwelling on how many people died for this. Ed and Scar and crew are still fighting, and they keep coming. Everyone is getting exhausted. They've ran out of quills and spit. That is obviously referring to from the Chimera. Sorry, I had to do it one more time. And right when one is about to jump on Ed, Mustang, my boo-boo, appears and starts helping along with Hawkeye. And here's the lovely quote after the snappy snaps. Maybe I can lend you a hand, Fullmetal. And I was like, oh, like, we've circled all the way back. And then I wrote, ugh, Lauren, these cliffhangers! Because that's how the episode ends!
I don't know how I did this. I've never seen this, guys, I swear. I didn't do this on purpose. I just thought, there's 64. Me. I can break them up in 4s. This makes sense.
Killing me.
So sorry.
All caps, that is my bullet point. Ugh, Lauren, these cliffhangers.
I am so sorry.
Okay.
I was also upset.
I know, you texted me, and then I texted you about My Hero manga, and you were like, we are not talking about the same thing. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I texted her about the My Hero manga, and I was like, oh, the end of this. And she's just like,
yeah, the boobs.
Like, yeah, the boobs was funny. And I was like, what are you talking about?
So I thought she was texting about My Hero, and she was texting about this, like they're fighting and dying.
Absolutely no boobs.
Yeah, the boobs part was real funny. It was My Hero. Anyway, we were on different spectrums there with emotional states. I was like, yeah, I just read it. It was funny. After credits, so much fighting still. Envy is going crazy and in the room with Ed and Mustang, ? They all look so tired, sad face. I'm really upset about this. And then here's the ominous quote, because he stopped saying long sentences or anything. He just says this one line. He goes, burn it up, all of it. And I was like, what? That's my ominous quote?
Yep.
Lauren, do you have fun facts? Because it's a really sad cliffhanger.
Sure. So this is from chapters 92 with Everyone's Strength and 93 Arch Enemy. And then in the manga, Kimberly's suit is in like total shreds by the end of their fight.
Yeah, his suit doesn't get touched in this. Just like his hat stayed on for that train fight for way too long.
But of course, in the anime, only his sleeve gets torn when Heinkel bites his throat. But the next time you see him, when he's lying on the ground dying, his sleeve is magically fixed again. So I'm just like, bro, get it together. And also, he's like fussing about how dirty his suit is. But
what if he, while he was dying, used alchemy to fix his sleeve?
I wouldn't put that past Kimberly. It seems like a very
his style thing
that he would do.
Him and Ed absolutely would do that.
Ed would fix it, but make it like with skulls.
Ed would like in his dying moment say like, "I've already made my headstone for y'all. It has skulls," and then die.
Yeah,
like absolutely. Hey, y'all can't choose one.
Wait,
I made it already. Yeah.
And then he'd just grow it and be like, alright, I'm good.
Alright, bye.
And it would say, here lies Ed.
The best alchemist. Yeah.
He was very tall.
Here lies Ed. He is very tall and better than Roy Mustang at alchemy.
Yeah, that'd be literally it. And it'd be great.
It would be that extra.
So, there we go. I don't have any important questions or anything because I was too upset with
I'm really upset.
Ended.
I had one that I mentioned, and is father getting stronger because of what Fu said? I had another question in here. I thought. Is Al gonna live? Because I'm really concerned about that.
I think we're all concerned about that at this point.
You're really, really concerned about that. Is the Fuhrer gonna come back, and is he gonna have a humanistic moment with his wife, or what's gonna happen with that?
Well, he's definitely gonna come back.
Yeah, but what is he gonna do with his wife? Because his wife's like, don't you be trusting these army guys? They just try to kill me.
I don't know, man.
And for the new intro, why does Truth in the portal look like Winry? Because it straight up is Winry, the outline of her.
Maybe she sacrifices herself. She's going to
She's
sacrifice
going to sacrifice
herself.
herself. No! No war, no!
No! What is it? I'm so sorry.
What is it? Oh my gosh.
I hate everything. Anyway.
Yeah. And
yes.
the Ed laying in bed, smiling and dreaming and sleeping, and Winry in bed with him, looking down at him, smiling. Is that a foreshadow of our future? Because it better be. It better be.
I mean, it probably is. I imagine there is.
Better be.
There's not going to be a happy ending to this anime, but there's going to be a happy-ish ending. Like, they have to give you something, right?
I don't know. I'm just scared.
I still am not sure that Al is going to survive. I really don't think he is, which is upsetting for me because I love him. I think Ho's gonna die. I think Al's gonna die. I think Mustang's gonna live. I have a deep okayness with Mustang. I think Scar is going to die.
Oh.
So Ho, Al, Scar. Al might live.
I think
my verdict's not out on Al.
My only 100% is Ho's gotta die. Ho's gotta die.
Yeah,
he's lived too long. He's gonna do it to save his kids. That's my only 10,000%. I am sure Ho is gonna die. Everybody else, I don't know, and I hope not.
The verdict is out, man.
I don't know, and I hope not.
I think Scar will die. I think Ho will die.
I hope Scar doesn't, though, because he's
Al.
Changed his heart and wants to help heal the country in a good way. Like the fact that he told that to the last guys that he ran across, I was like,
I think he's going to die protecting Ed. Because Ed reminds him of his brother.
It would be better if he died protecting Winry.
Well, she's not there, though. She's not going to be there.
She will be. I don't know.
No, she won't. That'd be stupid of her to be there. Anyway.
Alright, so next time we're going to watch episodes 53 through 56. 53 is Flame of Vengeance, so that's got to be Mustangy. 54, Beyond the Inferno. I don't know if that's still Mustangy, but it's still fire.
It's after he dies.
Why would you do that? It's Christmas.
It's fun.
It's Christmas.
It's fun. It's Christmas, Lord.
It's Christmas, Lord. Episode 55, The Adult's Way of Life, which I'm like, I forgot how young these children are. Yeah. Episode 56, The Return of the Führer. Okay, well, so there's one of our
Well, there you go. I guess he comes back.
I forgot that's his last title. Alright, well, that got answered, so there's that. But yeah, so...
Right. Well, great.
Well, everybody, it is Christmas Eve, and Lauren and I want to wish you a happy Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve, and Christmas. And... Or,
whatever else you celebrate.
And whatever else Hanukkah, it's already passed, but I hope you had a great one. Kwanzaa, it's coming up soon. I hope y'all enjoy it. Am I missing others?
I don't know. Are there any other December time holidays?
If there are more, feel free to tell us, but I hope you have a great one.
Sorry for not including you. That's our bad. We didn't know.
And if you don't celebrate anything, I hope you just get a break right now. Life is
I hope
rough.
you enjoy just things being shut down and
I hope you just get to stay at home and have a heated blanket and have some hot chocolate and put on your favorite show.
That's the dream.
I hope you get to take a nap in the daytime.
I'm gonna go do that after this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna cook dinner. Oh.
Din. I am gonna upload and edit this podcast.
Got stuff to make Rice Krispie treats.
Ooh, homemade Rice Krispie treats are some of my favorite things in the entire world.
So Will had never had a homemade Rice Krispie treat before. He'd only ever had the packaged ones.
Oh, they taste so much better.
He loved the packaged ones, and I was like, babe, how can you, they're garbage compared to homemade.
Yeah, once you eat a homemade one,
different. And so I made them for him once. It is now his favorite thing. And he has been a particularly excellent husband lately. Particularly excellent. I mean, he's always been really excellent, but
you chose a good
That's a fine young gentleman.
Fine young gentleman.
I said that at work today. And so I was like, they're like, oh, he's been particularly excellent. I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to get a promotion. And they're like, what does you get promoted to if he's already your husband? And I said, I don't know,
Fine,
daddy,
young
I guess.
Daddy will.
But one day, soon, maybe, who knows?
Ooh!
I'm not pregnant. Mom, if you're listening to this, I'm not pregnant. Please stop asking me.
Please let me be Auntie Bridget. My mom's asking me that too, and I don't even have a boyfriend, so I'm like,
Does she just come home sometimes and is like, hey, you pregnant?
Yeah, I said today, I was like, I was telling her, I was sad that our family never, like, comes and visits our house. We always have to go visit my family's house, other places, and I was like, I love when our house is full. And I was like, I have many friends that tell me our house is very welcoming and homey. And so she goes, without missing a beat, she was braiding my hair. Without missing a beat, she goes, well, then fill it up. And I was like, oh. And I was like, wow, rude. Okay,
Did I tell you that Mimi gave me position advice for the best chance of fertilizing?
I believe you did tell me that, eggs. And I think I purposely tried to dump that out of my brain. Because it just reminds me of the movie The Proposal, when she's like, this is our baby making blanket, and like gives him that Afghan.
Exactly that, actually. And like every conversation I have with there's a thing that happens when you are in your late 20s and are a married female, and that is that everyone that ever talks to you is going to ask you when you're having kids, or they will assume that you were a mother already. You know how many people at work assume that I have children?
That's weird. That's weird to me because I like have known you and Will since I was 21? Yeah, I've known y'all since I was like, I think I had just turned 21 or I was 20 and now I'm about to turn 30. Yeah, I've known you for almost a decade now.
Oh, that's so gross. Yeah, we were watching Spider-Man, and this really, really upset me. We were watching the new Spider-Man movie. No spoilers. I'm not going to say anything.
No spoilers.
Here.
You're safe. You're safe.
Watch it. It's very good.
It is.
But we were talking about. There's one point in it where it plays this very nostalgic music from the first Spider-Man, and it hit me in the soul. Because I haven't watched that in years, and so I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's that just took me back 10 years."
It
was like it took you back 20 years, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, the first Spider-Man movie came out in 2002, and I was like, "It did not." And then he looked it up and he showed me, and I have never felt so old in my life. I was 8 years old when that movie came out, and I'm triggered.
I was 10. Yeah.
Ugh.
I was 10 years
crazy.
Old.
Yeah, everyone assumes that I have children, and I definitely don't. I guess it's a compliment that they think I'd be a good mom.
I would love to be making some babies right now. So, fellas, if you're ready to be making some babies, hit me up. Just kidding. I can't even find a roommate for my apartment right now that I want to move into. So,
I would move in with you if I wasn't already a roommate of someone else.
So rude, William.
I know.
He got to live with you twice. That's not fair.
I know, and he just gets to keep living with me forever.
Ugh, it's like y'all signed a contract of love or something. Blech.
We did.
Fellas, help me not be the single friend in all of our hangouts. Like,
you're so good at it, though.
I know, but I'm like, everybody's like, oh, Anthony's got work, or Crystal's got work, or Rachel's got the baby, or Shane's got to work, and Will's got to work, and Lauren, and I'm like, well, I got Peggy. I should go say hi to. Goodbye. Peggy's my cat. That's my cat.
Yes.
Anyway, we hope you have a restful few days. We're gonna start releasing episodes on Fridays. Make a note, mental note for all 7 of you listeners.
On Friday.
And Michelle, Sam, thank y'all for being our loyal listeners. Fridays.
And I want to give a special shout out to one of my old work children, Kaden.
Yeah,
we were on her Spotify Wrapped. On her most listened to podcast, and it really
Kaden
hurt me inside.
You're daddy of the week. You're daddy of the week.
Kaden, Mama says you are daddy of the week. I used to be mom. They got me. So sorry, if you don't want to listen anymore, y'all can cut the episode
Log off.
right
We're
here,
not
but
talking
this
about
is
the
a fun
anime
story.
anymore.
But I had like this whole group of little server babies that I loved, and I collected them when I worked at Evo, and we were all working there when the last Avengers movie came out, and they went to Hot Topic and bought all of these rings that were the Infinity Stones, and they gave me one, and I still have it. I still wear it all the time. It's the sweetest thing ever.
That's so cute.
I miss those kids.
You were like
They were
a
so
part
sweet.
of like Planet Earth's team, like Captain Planet.
A little bit. They're good kids. I hope you're doing okay if y'all ever listen to this, and I think about you often.
Your mom loves you, kids. She says go get yourself.
Way to make that weird. I was being so genuine. Oh my gosh.
Your mom says go get a pack of marbles and she loves you.
Don't listen to Bridget.
Grandmama, it's me, Anastasia.
I gotta go make dinner.
You
need to go to bed. You need to go to bed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
anyway,
we love anime, and we love you.
Bye.